Okay. Hello, we are live. Are you able to hear? There was a bit of internet challenge, so I can see. Hi, someone's joined, so thank you. We are live finally. Um, Sorry for the delay. And I will let me introduce while you're waiting for our guest, Priti Rao. Uh, this today, Wednesday, 6 p.m. is our Wednesdays for Waste Warriors, dedicated www equals to 5R, the principles of waste management. Continue. There's some lag. Let me just figure it out. I guess many people cannot see me. So, yes. Hi. Preeti, have you joined? Yes, now everyone can see. So, I'm glad. Thank you. So, this is our third episode of Wednesdays for Waste Warriors. And Waste Warriors are very important segment in cleaning up our land, air pollution, water pollution, and we have so many types of waste that is generated by lakhs of people across the country that we need lakhs of people to brainstorm and come up with ideas to figure out how to deal with this, how to handle this waste that is generated every day by so many people. So we have our guest with us. Hi, Priti.
Hi.
I am sorry that we had this,
No
connection issue
problem.
that I could not sort out, but happy to have you
No
here.
problem.
If you could just
Yes, doing
adjust your
good.
camera a little so that we can see you like पूरे तरीके से. Yes. So
Yes.
we have our expert, bioenzyme expert, who's based in Bangalore, and she is also heading the Wiki bioenzymes, vertical, and she'll tell us about it. And Preeti, welcome. Everyone's, I'm sure, very interested and excited because bioenzymes is like a buzzword and everyone wants to know. And we've recently found that there are many people who've been doing it for years, but there was no like a keyword attached to it. So they're also very happy that we are talking about bioenzymes. And are you able to hear me clearly? Because I see some posts that, are you able to hear me? No, I think Preeti's video is frozen. So, okay. So Wednesdays for Waste Warriors, we have a group of more than 200 people from entire country and I guess 30 plus cities. And they're all very passionate about waste management and, brainstorming solutions. Yes, we know the problems, but we need to come up with solutions. So everyone has their own unique set of problems in their cities. And we are coming up with solutions. So Preeti started with bioenzymes, and they've also started Bioenzyme Entrepreneurs Academy. So she'll be telling us more. Preeti, I hope you're able to join us again. There's something with the connection. So you can write in chat, what do you know about bioenzymes? Like I see the handle Fashion Bliss 99 says I'm also working, and there are many people who already make bioenzymes at home. Like me and my mom, we make bioenzymes at home using orange peels. And even in Pune, we heard a lot of women were making bioenzymes during lockdown at home. So that was really a revolutionary time when many people started many new things. And Priti is able to join again. Priti?
Yes.
Hi. So glad that you could join again. Please quickly,
Yeah.
talk about welcome, and thank you for
Thank you.
joining. Thank you for your time, and please tell
Thank
us
you.
about you, and then how did you start this bioenzyme journey?
Okay, so this journey is very interesting, and I feel all of us are going through the same journey. And I would definitely like to talk more about it because people who have not gone through the journey or who are still struggling, they can definitely find a solution to it. So, the topic is my waste, my responsibility. My journey started from there, from the bin. What am I throwing out? Why am I throwing out? It's a everyday scene. Like you clean your house and just pass it on to the others in front of others' house. And I found the same thing when the somebody who are coming to collect it, collect the waste from homes. Find it is the same thing even we are doing. We are also throwing it in front of somebody's house, maybe at the village or maybe the outskirts of city, but we are also doing the same thing. And when you see the larger picture, it is one city is throwing in front of another city, and one country is throwing upon another city, another
Right.
country. So it is not the problem of home, it is a global issue. And we can solve it only when we take the responsibility of handling our own waste. And this is very simple thing, very, very simple thing. The least one can do is to segregate. That's the least thing.
Totally.
And and when you start actually working or you start putting your hand into the bin and see what is going out of the home, you will understand 80% of the things that can be managed easily at home.
Yeah.
Either we make a compost or we make enzymes out of it. And other 20% is a personal choice whether I want to buy that thing which is creating waste in my house or I don't want to buy those things. So it is all just the choice each one of us have got whether do we go for it or we don't go for it. So my journey started exactly like that. When I started composting, then I didn't know whether what to do. What do I do with the compost? Then I started growing food,
Mhm.
and I grew so much of food on my small terrace. I mean, it was a time when I was growing almost 40 varieties of fruit, vegetables, and around 24 varieties of herbs on my terrace. And I used to share it with my entire lane. And at the same, I mean, that's the way you send a message across that the waste is not a waste. You can definitely use it. अगर हार्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो पूरे बास्केट में भर के गोभियां आ रही हैं कभी कुकुम्बर आ रहे हैं एंड हाउ मच कैन यू स्टोर आई मीन आई वाज दोस डेज आई वाज एक्चुअली थिंकिंग डू आई नीड अ रेफ्रिजरेटर इन माय हाउस आई कैन जस्ट प्लग इट एंड ईट एवरी डे it was such a blissful thing. And then I also installed the biogas thing on my terrace. Then another way of handling the waste. So those biogas was connected to my kitchen, which would give me 1 hour of gas every day.
Wow.
So we could cook the food from there. Now, bio waste, the biogas is something that it needs the carbohydrates, a lot of carbohydrates. Now, it's a cooked food. So now what do I do with the cooked food? We don't waste so much of food.
Yeah.
Then I started asking people in my lane, if you have rice left, dal left in your house, please come to my house and put it here. So, it was like every day morning, you could realize how much people waste food. So they would just come and put it in my bin, and I used to cook food with that gas. So all these things, it's a fun,
Yeah,
and at the same time, we teach children at home that this is the way you manage your waste. And once you learn to manage your wet waste,
yeah,
it's your 80% of the hassle is done. We are not throwing anything
yeah,
anywhere. So there were so many things like, you go across on the road and you see a cow. I mean, neatly there was a pack of plastic bag which is covered. I mean, a lot of mangoes were mango peels were tied in that and they threw it somebody on the roadside and mangoes smell so good.
yeah.
The cows is just walking and cows are also tempting to eat. They also are tempted to eat those mango peels, but they can't open it, so they just gobbled it with the plastic.
Oh gosh.
So what are we actually doing? Even if you're throwing it, give it to the cows when you're open and just give it to them. So there are many ways of handling waste. It's very simple. It's just that it needs one step out of your comfort level.
Exactly.
So when you take another one step, then next day you take another step, and then you take another step. So this is a journey which has been with me, and now I'm stuck with this bioenzyme, and
You said start.
so that's how it is.
I,
Yeah, so
I know that you're very happy.
I'm very happy because this journey has made me learn so many things. I learned about the plants, I learned about the native species, what to grow, what not to grow, what is easy to grow, how to live in a maintenance-free garden where you don't have to touch your garden and still you get the harvest. How do you learn all this lot of things? I mean, when you start learning so many things, then the Fukuoka comes in, then the natural farming comes in, and all of that keep
Yeah.
coming. And then actually you realize life is actually stress free.
बिल्कुल.
You
I
do. We don't have to struggle. We just have to give a chance to the nature and let it take care, and it does. It just does that.
I totally.
So,
When did you
so
actually?
that's how.
When did you actually make the first bioenzyme? Your your first attempt.
Yeah, my first attempt was, again, I learned it through Dr. Joanne.
Mm-hmm.
So Dr. Joanne is a student of Dr. Rushu Kaun, and she's in Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
So through her teaching, I learned it how to make. And first thing, I mean, I was like, I first small bottle, I kept it in the kitchen. And I live in a joint family. So, like people were looking at me, what is she doing? She's like rotting the food inside the house and all that. But then, yeah, when it came out, it was smelling so good. And the first 90 days is definitely exciting because every day you keep waiting. Kab hoega ye? Kab pura aayega? Kab ready hoega? You keep doing that. And once it is ready, its results were amazing. And from one bottle, it went to four bottles, and then the small buckets, and then half my terrace was like full of buckets, so many buckets and drums. And then I was like, I'm running out of waste. I need a lot of waste for this. Yeah. But then we eat a lot of fruit, so we never run out of
Mm-hmm.
waste. And gradually, I started talking to the what is that fruit center, fruit juice center, and taking the waste from them and started making enzymes. So now we actually from there it started, and then you figure out how it can clean your laundry and how it can keep your washing machine free of problem, how it can keep your drain clean without any issue. It never get jammed, and it never get clogged drains. And I mean, a lot of small thing, but we kept learning.
Yeah.
And my water earlier when I was not managing the waste
Mm-hmm.
and with the conventional method of washing all of that before bioenzyme, we used to spend 50,000 liters in a month, the water.
Mm-hmm.
Water consumption was so high. We were in joint family, right? But I didn't change anything except these cleaners,
Mm-hmm.
what I used with the bioenzyme, the natural cleaners. My water consumption from 50,000 liters, it came down to 14,000 liters. Nothing has changed. My garden was there. I was growing the vegetables. I was cleaning. Like everything was same except my cleaners. So just the shift from conventional cleaners to the natural cleaners, it makes so much of difference.
So वो जादू कैसे हुआ? I'm sure there are many who have joined who want to understand कि हमें अपना वाटर का कंजम्पशन कम करना है. वैसे भी सबके
Hmm.
टैंकर से पानी आ रहा है, पानी की बहुत किल्लत है. Okay, so can you please share the secret? Like हम लोग, I was thinking हम one by one जाते हैं, and like how can we use bioenzyme based house cleaner, then the laundry करके हम one by one जाते हैं. You can share one by one about it. So I guess first is this water consumption कम करना is the jackpot.
Absolutely. My consumption, it went to one fourth, almost one fourth, and it is actually a very good achievement when you see your bill. Uh, it's very simple. You reuse your water. You don't throw your water out of the drain. So, घर में अगर पोछा लगा है तो that can go to one stretch of your garden. Anything which you use it, that can go to the garden. And even if it is draining out of the house, it is cleaning the sewage water while it goes out, when it is draining out. And my washing machines, it's been 12 years. My washing machine is installed in my garden.
Oh,
So it's like all the outlet water happily goes to the garden. The plants are happier. There is absolutely no issues. I don't find anything, any pest attack, or I know I don't struggle with my plants at all now. Uh, and when you use in washing machine, the natural cleaners, you don't have to rinse multiple times. Just a single rinse works. So there you save the water, there you save the electricity because your washing machine is not running for long. It's just a single rinse and it just works fantastic. The fabric stays for longer, so you don't go shopping too much. And because when you shop less, you save water more.
yes.
So, all these things are so much interconnected, and we realize it only when we start connecting things, how do I reduce my impact, or, how can it be, how can my contribution be an asset than the liability on earth? Because one person in the average life of 70 years, we destroy this planet for 700 years and we just go.
That's
And until unless we start taking that as my responsibility, and I feel the earth is home to all of us. We are just in the journey. We stay here for some time and we go, and it is everybody's responsibility to take care of it. If it is like the home, when you have to clean your home, you have to clean the earth as well. And it's not that the waste is actually a waste. We need to change the perspective what we're looking at. The things will look good only when it is kept good.
yeah.
क्योंकि हम अपने किचन का सामान अपने ड्राइंग अपने स्टडी टेबल पे नहीं रख सकते. स्टडी टेबल को हम किचन में नहीं ले आ सकते. The place where what is designated, it should be there. So the waste also, if we keep it where it is supposed to be, it is not the waste. It is definitely a resource.
Course. I
It's just a matter of
have been talking to so many people that हमें एक ऐसा कुछ drive या campaign करना चाहिए जिसमें कि we replace this word waste and we start calling it something else, like a resource or something. क्योंकि जब तक हम वो that mindset that trash it, throw it, unless that, keep it. You can start saying keep it in the bin, we'll use it for this later. Unless and until we give that label or tag that this can be used later, that behavior change that we are all wishing for can't really happen easily. And I have been using bioenzyme for washing dishes, for hand wash in the house, for laundry, for the floor cleaning. So I know that it's so much lighter, and we have two dogs, so we don't have to worry about if they lick or something. And my husband has asthma, my son and daughter and myself have so many allergies. We can't, that smell is so irritating, that chlorine kind of very strong chemical smell. So we don't worry about that anymore because we are not smelling any of that. So yes, in the society, maybe only one household is using, but that is one person can start. We can't start in a group.
Definitely.
So with this Instagram, we hope as many people are, listening to it, and they also kind of modify their ways, and they start trying. Just try, because people think, यार, this is too much of a headache, you know, पूरा सब कुछ change होना होगा, क्या पता कैसा होगा. So we are here, we can tell them कि it's the same, it cleans the same, and you know, it's less of, it reduces your chemical contribution to the soil and water. We can't just point finger at the farmers कि वो लोग pesticide use कर रहे हैं और soil और ground water को खराब कर रहे हैं. The detergents, the shampoos, the conditioner, body wash, everything is just, you know, putting in the chemicals in the soil. So we are equally responsible. So
Yeah.
tell us about, you know, the, like you said, talked about the laundry products and the washing. How about the beauty products? You know, I have I saw your products last month when we met, that there are lip balm and so many other things. So tell us about that. What was people's reaction to it? And how did you come up with that?
Yeah. It was basically, you know, what we consume that matters. So consumption is not in terms of just eating food and, you know, other things. These are the consumption what we apply to our skin, and we fail to understand whatever we apply to the skin. It hardly takes 16 seconds for it to reach to our blood cells. You know, and then we cry with ये allergy है, ये problem है, ये बीमारी है, वो बीमारी है. You know, it's like it all goes with what we are using.
Yeah.
So we are not meant to be using things what we can't eat, or you know what our body don't accept it. So our products are very simple, and it has nothing to do with the beauty kind of thing. It's just the daily you know, usage or the daily need of the body. And there's nothing glamorous about it. These are all very basic, and I feel they are good because it keeps me good when I go to the harsh winter. It keeps me good when I go to the summer at a very heated place, and I think that's done. And and you know, it's like so we started making a lot of things like tooth powder.
Mm-hmm.
So the creams are like this. So this is insect repellent. So it
Maybe I have to put
replaces
it a little higher.
yeah.
थोड़ा ऊंचा.
So it replaces like you know insect repellent. So it not just the mosquito. It can help in keeping you away from all the insects. So for trekking, if somebody wants to go for trekking and all that, these are very good, and they're very better than the odomas what you get in market. And it's just that, you know, some herb oil, what we make it ourselves, bee wax, and that's it. There's no extra fragrant also, because these kind of cream, you know, even if we put it for children,
Yeah.
small kids who go out to play and all that, it's very safe for them. So they don't get into allergy. And the kind of coconut oil and all that, we use all virgin coconut oil for these kind of products. So they're very simple, and just to handle the basic needs.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I don't even intend to go for the makeup kind of stuff, because that is never ending. वो इच्छा होती है ना, वो खत्म ही नहीं होता है. जो काले हैं उनको गोरा होना है, जो गोरे हैं उनको काला होना है, जिनके बाल सीधे हैं उनको कर्ली करना है. So you know, there are a lot of demands and lot of expectation people have, and I don't think I can handle all those things. So I'm happy with the basic needs. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And recently I read about the fairness creams.
Yeah.
The girl in the family, she bought the fairness cream and she used it. She was the first one to buy. And then when the mother and the sister saw, they also started using it. Okay. Within 6 months, all three of them had kidney problems. And the mother and the sister especially got into very acute problems. And since all three of them had only this change in their lifestyle, that they started using that whitening cream, you know, the doctors from KEM, it was a Bombay research. So they started figuring out that this cream has some chemicals that directly impacts your kidneys. Just imagine somebody's aspiration can lead them into such a bad situation. So
Yeah, definitely.
we
So it's like, other day when I was making this cream, I had a dog. So we make something called cold rub. And all these creams, whatever I make, these are all has come into action only when my son was born, because I was not ready to put whatever is available in the market. So I started making them. So the cold rub is something which children, they get the blocked nose and cold and all that. And we found it's really far more effective than the Vicks or anything inhaler, whatever is available in the market. So I was making that cream, and my pet comes and she bites it in the mouth and she runs. So I felt it, good. It is not a Vicks. Otherwise, I don't know, I had to rush her to the
yeah.
pet, but she was absolutely fine. And these kind of thing gives you lot of conviction in what you're doing. Yes, you're using the safe thing, so it's all good.
So that was a bite of approval.
Yeah,
Thankful.
absolutely. And these pets are something, I mean, they don't talk, but I'm sure you're a pet parent, so you will know how beautifully they communicate, the way kind of bonding they have. So, I saw this pet market again. So, I mean, all my products are inspired by things around me. And then I felt it is a need outside as well. So, my pet had a very sensitive skin issue. And every time I go, the doctor would give them, किसी ने एक बार मुझे बायर का सोप दिया था कि इसके लिए लगा दो. I said, oh my God, we kill cockroaches with that, and how can you put it for dog skin? And that was the triggering point for me. Then I started making soap for dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And that was again handmade soap with neem oil and olive oil and coconut oil, so which will keep the skin free from ticks. And of course, enzymes are there in all my products. Even in soap, we make bioenzyme soaps with that. So the after that, I never went to doctor for the skin issues. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so they don't talk, but they have been abused so badly in the market today. They just give them whatever. ये शैम्पू लगा लीजिए, ये टैबलेट ले लो, ये एलर्जी का टैबलेट ले लो, ये एंटीबायोटिक्स लगा दो. I mean, it's never
It's an
ending.
industry.
एक के बाद एक के बाद एक के बाद.
It's
So
everything has become an industry, a business now.
yeah,
So when
yeah.
they say we care and all that stuff, I don't know. There should be an asterisk there. Ki, these terms and conditions apply.
Yeah,
So
so it's all there. I don't have the soap available. I've shown you this. I have. So this is the Joy Pet soap what we make.
okay, you'll have to lift it a little or upper. Yes. Achha, I
Yeah,
can see it ulta.
pet soap.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you
So this is a pet.
there are so many people who are also doing it, and I don't know how to have them. Maybe I can only ask them to type in, but there are many people who are making bioenzymes and using bioenzymes. So we really have a very good community right now, and similar thinking people, and they've also experienced their children are helping them harvest. So it's really nice, like a very family kind of an experience for everyone. And then children watch you do this, and then they remember to adopt it in their life.
Oh, they adopted so well, so well. I remember my son, he was in second standard, and they were asked to make something out of waste and come.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not a very creative kind of person, and then he comes and he says, Mama, I don't know what to take. Why don't you give me compost and bioenzyme? And he took that.
Okay.
I mean, that's how the children they learn,
Yeah.
you know.
So he believed in that.
So
Oh, that's really good.
yeah,
Yeah. We
yeah,
have to be role models. We cannot
yes,
bring role models from outside. We have to become role models. So,
yes,
so
yes.
tell me about some struggles that you've gone through.
Okay, so initially when I started, सब तो मुझे बोलते थे पागल ही है, ये क्या है कुछ भी कहीं से भी छिलका उठा लिया, कुछ भी डाल दिया, and then it works like this, it works like this, it works like this, you know. I mean, it is crazy. I'm just talking about 12 years or 15 years back when all these things started, when hardly people knew anything about it. And it was definitely a struggle, but slowly, gradually, when started connecting with things, what they are facing in their life, and and then it was like, don't believe. Now, doctor also says, just don't believe. Just do it.
Yeah,
First, do it and then believe it. That's it.
exactly.
So even today, because the in cosmetic market or conventional market, a lot of things are very good, no doubt. When I say good, I'm talking about the feel good factor, the smell, the touch, the feel, and when you compare it with the natural one, definitely it is not that good, but performance-wise, I can definitely say it is as good as those. But for accepting people, it has definitely taken 1 decade, and now things are changing, and I'm hopeful that this will definitely change because the kind of things have gone, and the way people are accepting it and doing it, it feels so good about it. So
Yeah,
it's definitely it will change.
it, it
It will change.
it is definitely changing. I can see it. I can
Yeah.
feel it. Like when I was in school, my mom would boil the shikakai avla, and we only washed hair like that.
Mm.
We never knew
Mm.
anything. Then when we came to like older school, then that sunsilk shampoo and all those things started happening. So it
Yeah.
was again an aspiration जिसने पहले कभी use नहीं करा है. Similar
Mm.
sustainable nutrition when we talk about, earlier it was all wash and use, reuse. Then came the plastic era, and people are going back to the cloth napkins, and the cups is a new thing. But similarly,
Yeah.
like people are going back to shikagai and amla and the bar and powder and all of that. So it is we are coming back to the roots, and I think that is a very good sign, and
Yeah.
it'll help. You
Yeah,
know,
it will. So you're taking a message to schools and colleges where they, even if they're not aware, when you teach a student, when you teach a child, the two more people at home, they get to learn things.
yeah,
So that's they are the change makers, and they will change the world. They need to live, and they need to create the world where they want to live.
yeah,
It is,
exactly. And
yeah,
we are doing all
yeah.
this for our children.
Yes.
So what is our we don't have any other scheme. Yes, pharma industry will be very angry and upset with us.
Yeah,
But
FMCG
so,
farmer, they are.
so sorry, we can't help it. You couldn't
Mm.
take care, so now we have to take charge, and we have to do as much as we can. So
Yeah.
because yeah, it's again a very good way of handling a part of wet waste, because when people burn the wet waste, the leaves and the flowers and all that stuff that can be composted and converted into bioenzymes, it clogs the drains, it pollutes the river, and also creates air pollution. So
Yeah.
हर जगह से प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट होती है. आप इसको रोको, उसको रोको, मॉनिटर करो. इससे अच्छा आप लोगों को एम्पावर कर दो, इनेबल कर दो, कैपेसिटी बिल्ड करो उनकी, कि वो लोग अपने ही घर में शुरू कर दें ये छोटा काम. So
Yes.
how would you tell someone who has never used bioenzyme or wants to make bioenzymes? So what can they do?
Mm.
What would you like to tell them?
See, we all know that we live with oxygen. Everything needs an oxygen. And where there is an oxygen, you don't breathe the toxin gas. You don't smell the toxin gas. Whether it's a water, flowing water, or the polluted air when you breathe, or if something is burning, we get to know because there's a lack of oxygen. But how does it feel when we start converting wherever there's no oxygen? We start creating oxygen in those places. So whether it's a landfill or a dirty water or a patch of dirty things around, and or the burning, we can definitely create that oxygen making system in that place just by bioenzyme. Bioenzymes are known for creating the oxygen. You can create oxygen, ozone. It is proven that it releases oxygen, it releases ozone, whether it's kept closed container or it is kept as an open container, wherever.
Yeah.
So,
So
you know,
what all,
yeah.
there's a question, what all can be used to make bioenzymes?
Bioenzyme can be made by any fruits or vegetable peels. Now, bioenzyme is a very generic term. So when you want to use it for your home, we would suggest to use the fragrant fruits.
Mm-hmm.
It could be mango, it could be pineapple, it could be citrus. So when it smells good, i- your house, you don't feel bad about using
Yeah.
them. And it doesn't sting. And you know, it has its own property. And lemon, we all know citrus is something which takes care of all the cleaning, and it's pregnant, so it's easy for us to shift from conventional product to bioenzyme. And I would definitely suggest everybody to make it, because when you start making it, it will never stink. But when I give bioenzyme from my kitchen, you will find it very awkward to accept it. That 90 days of journey is definitely a very good journey to change ourselves, to change our life, things around us.
So, if you want to tell them the ABC of, let's not have them Google it and go somewhere else. Let's tell
Yeah,
them ABC. So,
yeah.
okay, I don't know anything about bioenzyme, and I come to you
Mm,
and I'm asking you, Preeti, could you please teach me
mm.
how to make bioenzymes? I'm really curious. So, what will be your first step, second step, third step?
It's a very simple thing to follow. And if anybody is watching it, or if you don't know how bioenzymes are made, please note it down. It's the ratio is 1:3:10.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 is the jaggery or the sugar part, 3 is the fruit peels if you're making for your home, and 10 is the water. And we take this all the three in a bigger container. Suppose you are taking 1 liter of water, you take 2 liters of bottle. The water capacity should be bigger than what you're making. So, you know, when you take 2 liter of bottle, in that add 1 liter of water, add 300 grams of peels and 100 grams of jaggery. And
Okay.
just leave it for 90 days. And don't forget to mention the date on the bottle. What have you put in that and what is the date? And first, at least 15 to 20 days, open the cap little bit, loosen it and close it. It generates a lot of gas, and that gas has to be released. Otherwise, it will burst like you will get a facial out of it.
Okay. So you said 2 liter water bottle. In that,
Yeah.
1 liter water and
Mm.
300
300 grams of peels.
peels.
300
Okay.
grams of peels, yes.
And it can be
The
mixed
citrus
peels.
peel or
It
fine.
can be mixed peels or any
It
peels.
can be
Okay.
mixed peels. Citrus, pineapple, uh, apple, or
Okay.
any of those good smelling. Yeah, fruits always smell good. So just put all of that and 100 grams of jaggery.
Okay.
That's
100 grams.
it.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
they should be opening the lid and should you
Just
put the
leave
100
it.
grams of jaggery
Just,
first time made online?
yeah, it's just that you have to open it little and close it. That's it. You don't have to stir it. Just open little and close it.
Okay. And for 90 days you have to do it.
Yeah, just leave it for 3 months. And at the end of 3 months, you will find all those pulp has settled down and you will get a clear liquid on top.
Hmm.
So take those liquids and use it. And the pulp, you can use it for composting. It will accelerate your composting process. Or you can make a paste of it and you can use it on your greasy surface, like, chimney or any stove top and all that, which is a little greasy. So all that can be cleaned with those pulp easily.
Uh-huh. Okay,
So
great. Now,
these are very
for
simple
taste,
things.
now this was for the kitchen, as in for the home.
Yeah,
Is there any other
yeah.
kind of like, um, if they want to make the, let's say, washing liquid, the
Yeah.
laundry bioenzyme, how do they do that?
Again, it's a very simple thing. We use soap nut for that, or Rita in Hindi. In Kannada, it's called Antuvadatkai. So it's a soap nut. It's just a berry, soap berry. So you soak it in enzyme, make it little soft, and squeeze it out. You will get a lot of lather. So that can be used either to wash your vessels, wash your laundry, or you can take bath also with that.
And how long do you have to soak it?
We just soak it for 10 days because it gets softened by then.
Okay. And then do you have to crush it like in a mixer grinder?
Yeah. Not required. It gets softened, so we just squeeze it with the hand.
Okay.
So you don't need a mixer. Yeah, it gets softened by 10 days.
Okay. So then you just use that water.
Yeah.
And what about the pulp?
You just have to keep squeezing. Ultimately, the pulp will be like a chilka. So that can be composted.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for dishes and laundry, we can use this.
You can take bath also with that. Add some essential oil and take bath with that.
Oh, great. That's great.
It's a replacement to all the soaps. So anything, whatever we use the soap for, it can be used for that.
How much quantity of this liquid should they put in the washing machine?
So 50 to 100 ml, that is good enough. Depends on how dirty the clothes are.
Okay.
What is the load on that? 50 to 100 ml is good enough for one load.
Okay. And do you have to add water to it, or only this, the water?
We can add enzyme to that so that your clothes are soft. And when we use these, you don't need a fabric softener. You don't need any detergent, and that's it.
Okay. And I had read that people use this also for the shine in their silk and,
Yeah. Yes. Yes. For the silk or for the woolen clothes, they are very good.
The softeners.
Yeah.
That's soft. Right? Yes.
Yes.
So,
and this can be used for washing those gold jewelry, gold or silver jewelry as well. Yeah.
I keep telling, I switched to like tooth powder last year, and since then I've been using tooth powder. And I was talking to someone, and they were like, "Ew, it looks so gross, such a dirty powder." And I said, just imagine for Diwali when you use the Colgate tooth powder and toothpaste to clean the silver gourds and silver bartan. What kind of chemicals does it have that a blackened silver can be polished clean, shiny silver? And what does it do to your teeth? Have you ever thought of that? And the person didn't have any answer, but I'm sure the person was thinking. So, that's an example, and that's a scary thing. I'm never going to be allowing that. And after I've been using, it's been more than a year. I have never had any stomach-related issues or any mouth-related issues or anything, nothing of that. So it is a very easy shift. You don't miss toothpaste and your mouth is clean. Your mouth has smell, as in nobody's told me that already. So,
and you need less water.
Actually, there is no frothing and all those foaming and all that. So it just feels very clean. I think everyone should, whoever wants to live a sustainable life, should first try the tooth powder shift and the bioenzyme shift. That's the easiest thing.
Right. Right.
What have been your success stories? Share of it.
So success is a very relative word. What we call success.
When did people around you who were like laughing at you or making fun of you really patted your back and they said they are proud of you? Or when did you feel that, oh, I have arrived? Wow, what a wonderful thing.
No, I haven't yet. I don't feel I have arrived yet.
miles
The
to go,
journey
but
is
yes,
long.
you have done a lot. You have done a lot. So yes,
Journey is
well,
still going on, and this new venture, this what we started, the BioEnzyme Entrepreneur Academy. This was another step again. You know, like 10 साल पहले जो हम लोग क्वेश्चंस को आंसर करते थे ना, कि इसमें हम लोग बनाना डाले नहीं डाले, इसमें हम लोग आलू का छिलका डाले कि नहीं डाले. So even after so much of work, we were still answering the same type of questions. I mean, what I felt, we are not progressing from there.
mhm,
Until unless we start progressing, we will not achieve what we need to, or our mission is not complete what we need to do. So that was a time when we started. I felt there was a need for all the people who are making bioenzyme to come collective. So when we are together, we can actually stand in front of those conventional market and we can say what we are doing or what we are talking is definitely making sense. And if I alone go, it may not be a very strong voice, but when you go as a group, you're definitely a strong voice.
yeah,
And that was a challenge. I mean, I felt like everybody, whoever is making, they're all in the journey and they're repeating and they also go through the same what I have gone through. And since, we intend, our mission is something different. It's not just, making enzymes. It's collecting people and work
yeah,
collectively, then you see the change in our country. Then you see the change in our youth. Then you see the change in every home. You come together and whatever challenges, even today we have the challenges, so much of research needs to be done, so many questions what we keep answering. So all these steps, as an academy, we have taken it up. We are talking to colleges, we are talking to universities, taking the interns, getting them do certain research and finding out the solutions, what is there in that. Because when we use the enzymes, oh my God, this can be done for this is like this, like every time we do something new and we felt, oh my God, kind of, I still get that kind of feeling even after so many years. But I feel something has to be answered in a scientific way. So this is where the academy has to step in to give answer, and the journey has just started. And this is a membership organization, so we accept people come as a join us as a member, and it is not the right that what you're doing, what is this, I want this. There is a duty, because we are bound with a duty. What we are doing is all for the duty. This is, as a human, we have certain duties. So come and join this duty, and that's a way we come together, and that's the only mission what this academy has been formed to ease the journey. We have so many questions, we have so many parameters, what to be tested for what product. You want to do business, please do the
yeah.
business, but make sure the enzyme goes to the soil, enzyme goes to the water, enzyme goes to the air. So we are here to help you out in whatever way you get stuck. We will, whatever happens. And now we are mentored by Dr. Roshukon, who makes enzyme, who gave the formula to the world about this enzyme. So she's mentoring us, she's telling us, and she has high hope from India, because India is such a beautiful country. India has such a beautiful resources that can be, we can manifest the entire resource to work
Yeah.
in favor of humanity. But it's only when we come together. सब अपनी अपनी बोलते रहेंगे ना, तो हम लोग कहीं नहीं जाएंगे, ऐसे ही रह जाएंगे. But this journey has just started. I'm glad the journey has started, and I feel so good because a lot of beautiful and a lot of lovely people have joined us, and we are all working towards it.
That's amazing. And India is also the place where, sustainability has been our traditional wisdom. It's not new.
Yeah,
हम लोग
yeah,
हमेशा
yeah.
एक का छोटा हुआ दूसरे ने पहना, दूसरे का छोटा हुआ उसके बाद उसका कोई और यूज हुआ, लास्ट में वो पोछा बन गया, डस्टिंग का कपड़ा बन गया. And there is no shame in it. I do not endorse the trash it, thing, because that trash is coming to the other countries. Like, imagine if someone
Correct.
cannot manage their own trash. That is what kind of development are.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely,
that,
absolutely. And it's like, when you go back to it, like, if you think about it, it's so much. The first toothbrush what we have ever used in our life is still lying down somewhere,
Exactly.
and so this itself is shaking. Oh my God, इतने बड़े हो गए अभी तक वो पड़ा है हमारे मरने के बाद भी पड़ा ही रहेगा. So there are ways of handling things, and I'm sure when this kind of program what you're trying to do, this will create a lot of awareness, and we will definitely bring in changes.
Definitely. Even the researchers say that the first sanitary napkin that in your lifetime you had used, it's still lying in the landfill. So this
Yeah.
is not sustainability. And our the people who have joined, someone who's joined from Gurgaon she said that she's spoken to you last year, Swati Singh, about the academy. So there are many people who have interacted with you before, and many will join and start talking to you. So it's really great, and we enjoyed it. Like it's nearly 1 hour that we've been talking, and we still have so much to learn and
Yeah.
understand and talk. So would you like to share something with everyone who's joined, as in the next steps? Hopefully
Yeah, so take that one step, take that, make up your mind and don't climb down. Just keep going up. Just take that one step. Go out of the comfort zone and just start doing things.
yes, exactly, that is my waste, my responsibility, because if you
Yeah,
are in the comfort zone you can never progress.
absolutely.
Progress lies outside the comfort zone, so please do.
Absolutely. We're changing the circle and changing the thoughts and changing the way we think. It definitely brings a lot of changes.
Exactly. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And if you would like to post your, website or some links that people can go connect with you,
Yeah,
you are most welcome
yeah. So,
to share it.
yeah, so definitely. So, we have this products range of products. So that's a soil and soul dot in,
Uh,
SOILAND dot in,
Soil,
and
AND,
soul SOUL
SOUL
dot in.
.in.
Yeah, and BE Academy dot in. That is BioEnzyme Academy dot in to join us in this journey and
B.
take it further.
Okay. To talk and to type is like not an easy thing. I'm just attempting.
Yeah.
.in. Okay.
Yes.
BE Academy. Yeah, okay, I've posted it.
Yeah.
So great.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
this is what IT Skills School also wants to do, to show youngsters, youth, parents that these are the green careers, the new careers
Yeah.
that they should be focused,
Yeah.
focused and learn, because sustainability is the only mantra. There is no
Yeah.
other way that human race is going to survive or earth is going to be in a better shape. So we will definitely be in touch with you and train a few of the youth who are in high school or who've passed high school, and they can take it to their villages, and in the rural setting they can help families and be entrepreneurs instead of job seekers. So
Yes. Yes.
thank you so much, Preeti. Really enjoyed talking to you, and thank you
Thank you,
for
Anuja.
in your busy.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yes.
Pleasure being
And
here.
thank you everyone who joined the session, and we are so happy. Ishta Panchgavya, I'm sure when she says Panchgavya in her handle, she's also doing something, making
Yeah.
things. So, everyone who joined us has been in this. So thank you so much for joining. And Cheshta, if you would like to share the links, My Waste, My Responsibility is also a WhatsApp group, and we are from more than 25-30 cities. So if you would like to join us, please share a message on our Instagram um, handle, DM us, and then we'll add you to that group, and you can share what are you doing about my waste, your responsibility, and we would like to feature you in the next episode. So good. Now we are at 7 o'clock. This is the time to say bye and take care.
Bye.
Bye
Bye-bye.
and take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.